want to know which cryptocurrencies are the best out there, so we can all make a ton of money. Also known as the Ethereum killer, Polkadot is a crypto project that everyone who is serious about making money in crypto should consider investing in. In this video, we are going to make an analysis of Polkadot and show you 5 things you need to know about this great crypto, especially our number 1. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and to turn on the notifications so you know when we put a new video out. A disclaimer alert is now in effect. This video is for informational purposes only. We recommend that you always seek professional advice. Let's start. Number 5, founder and history. The idea for Polkadot actually dates back to 2014 and was created by ex-Ethereum CTO Gavin Wood while waiting on promises that Ethereum could not deliver, aka Ethereum 2.0. The concept has drastically changed over the years, and it was finally launched in May 2020 by the Web3 Foundation in Switzerland. To those who don't know, Dr. Gavin Wood and Peter Sarban were the founders of the Web3 Foundation. One of its primary functions is to manage the funds raised in Polkadot's token ICO. However, just 10 days after the token sale ended, a hacker attack on the parity multi-sig contract resulted in a combined loss of around $150 million, with $90 million being from Web3 Foundation's wallet. Even so, a week later, the Web3 Foundation reported that it still had enough funds left to deliver Polkadot and its development milestones. The fact that Polkadot has such a high name value behind the project means that there are always more investors willing to fill the breach. And it was also able to raise more capital in 2019 by selling off some of its initial DOT through private sale. As the project went on, there was a third private sale of DOT tokens, which helped to raise $43 million with the participation of several different investors. The fact that investors are still willing to invest large sums in the Polkadot project leads us to believe that this must be due to its next level technology. And that brings us to our next point. Number 4, architecture. Polkadot will be a new type of distributed system, which will be able to run concurrent extensions across various blockchains and act as a single entity on these different chains. In simpler terms, Polkadot is designed to be a data-sharing network that can connect to other blockchains and enable them to communicate with each other. In order to do that, Polkadot was built on top of the Substrate blockchain framework, which allows Polkadot-based chains and applications to communicate, transact, and transfer data with other Substrate-based chains. Being a sharded blockchain, Polkadot can be split off into many sovereign blockchains that can have their own tokens and functions, which in this case are called parachains. These parachains are connected to the Polkadot relay chain, which is seen as the heart of Polkadot, responsible for the network's shared security, consensus, and cross-chain interoperability. We also can't forget to mention the parathreads, which are similar to parachains but with a pay-as-you-go model, and the bridges, which allow parachains and parathreads to connect and communicate with external networks such as Ethereum and Bitcoin. Sharded coins also have immense value when it comes to scalability due to the concept of parallel execution and transactions. If you don't understand, don't worry, we will explain. Given that transactions are taking place in an individual blockchain, they can be done in parallel and not one by one, as is done in traditional systems. This also means that if one of the blockchains is congested, it won't affect the processing of all the other blockchains. Saying that, sharded coins are extremely efficient. So efficient that even Ethereum is moving to a sharded blockchain in Ethereum 2.0. Number 3, consensus. In the Polkadot network, we have 4 distinct roles that manage the status of the blockchain: the validators, the nominators, the collators, and the fishermen. Each of them have their functions, but are also connected to the others, so a balance can be maintained in the network. The nominators select trustworthy validators and staking dots. The validators secure the relay chain by staking dots, validating proofs from collators, and participating in consensus with other validators. Collators maintain shards by collecting shard transactions from users and producing proofs for validators. Fishermen are in charge of monitoring the network and reporting bad behavior to validators. However, when it comes to the consensus mechanism used, Polkadot has chosen a unique protocol called Grandpa. The Grandpa protocol offers instant block finality and has millions of measures in place, so it can process millions of blocks at once, in case of any network partition. We won't get into greater detail in this video about how the Grandpa protocol works, as it would make the video too long, so we will leave a link in the description below for those who are more interested and want to give it a read. Number 2. Governance. Whenever there is a need for an update on a traditional blockchain, a fork is required, as a new code has to be forked from the old code base, and all of the nodes have to agree with the new code. The governance system that Polkadot uses is able to completely bypass the need for forks, and blockchains can update themselves without any human intervention. This is a result of Polkadot's system of transparent on-chain voting mechanisms, which is built into the relay chain. The participants of the relay chain vote on important development initiatives, which are aimed at securing the Polkadot network. The Polkadot network governance has 2 types of roles within it: the council members and the technical committee. Council members are elected to represent passive stakeholders in 2 primary governance roles: proposing referenda and vetoing dangerous or malicious referenda. The technical committee, however, is composed of teams actively building Polkadot. They can propose emergency referenda, together with the council, for fast-tracked voting and implementation. It is also important to point out that each individual parachain is free to develop their own governance mechanisms, which gives them the freedom of using a mechanism that is best for their circumstances. Number 1. Tokenomics. Initially, DOT had a 10 million supply, which is considerably low for an initial supply of a cryptocurrency. As a matter of fact, one of the first on-chain votes was held in order to decide whether they should rebase the token supply, which was passed with a staggering 86% approval to increase that supply by 100 times. Once the supply of DOT was increased to 1 billion DOT, it was a great indication of how on-chain governance can be used on the network, as well as making using DOT a lot more accessible. Even though DOT has a relatively low supply, it will not be capped, and there will be protocol inflation as a result of the rewards going to the validators for securing the relay chain. To date, the target inflation rate is set to 10% per annum, with a total supply staked to 50%. However, this is dynamic and can be adjusted based on the actual amount of DOT that is staked. Despite the fact that inflation does push DOT's price down, there are some counterforces that could lower this inflationary impact, such as fees, staking, and bonding. When validators are staking, they are locking up DOT in order to earn a share of those block rewards, and blockchain creators have to bond their DOT in order to create a new chain. Both of these take DOT tokens off the open market, therefore reducing the circulating supply. In the end, the only factor that will affect DOT's price is the balance of supply and demand on the market. To conclude, Polkadot is, without a doubt, an impressive project. Despite the problems it had with parity in the beginning, it came out swinging. Their approach to scaling and interoperability is sure to be a unique one, as it was built by some of the smartest people in the crypto world, and they show no signs of stopping improvements. One thing is for sure, DOT is in demand. But what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you did, please smash that like button. Also, check out the links in the description below, as you can find links for crypto trading platforms, ebooks, and much more. See you guys next time. Take care.